Hi everyone. Okay, today we are doing a bit of a kid-friendly craft, although my kids are a little bit bigger. They are 11 and 12. And this is a fun project you can do actually just by yourself as well as with kids. What we're doing today is we're making homemade lipsticks, and we're also making homemade beeswax lip balm for Jensen because he didn't want lipstick. Two big points to raise when we're doing this. I know this has been done by pretty much every YouTuber before me, but I've watched quite a few of the videos and I think I've got the mix pretty much spot on, but you know, I could be proved wrong at this point. Some things you will need for this is a small glass or small tumbler. Even better than this, if you've got silicone cupcake molds, the individual ones, they work brilliantly. We're all just using small shot glasses. You will need a large heatproof tray that will hold warm water. You will need a teaspoon. You will need some of your favourite face cream or general purpose moisturiser, just a little bit. You will need some olive oil. You will need, if you're making the lip balm, you will need some 100% natural beeswax. Now we're using a beeswax candle, which I know is 100% beeswax because I made it. So we're using that. It's a cheap way to get hold of it. You can also order it online. And if you're making the lipstick, you will need Crayola crayons. In fairness, you can use any crayons for this as long as they are completely non-toxic. Why a lot of people go for the Crayola is because they're non-toxic and because they're very highly pigmented, which makes this all a little bit easier. So those are all of the things you will need. The other thing that can be helpful, you can use any sort of little pots or jars to put your homemade stuff in. However, we got 20 of these, in fact there might be 25 in here, empty lip balm and lipstick cases that you can fill yourself, and we got 20 of these off Amazon for about £3.50. So you can, if you're doing this as a craft or you think you're going to do it more than often, it's not too expensive to get hold of those to use as well. Beyond that, you will need a sharp knife and chopping board just to cut your wax basically. Now, okay kids, let's start with Jensen's because that one's fairly simple. Now, if you're using one about the thickness of your thumb, I reckon beeswax wise you want about 1 centimetre. This isn't an exact science, but I think you want about there. Maybe it's just over 1 centimetre. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to you to try and get the wick out of the middle of. The wick is in the middle. Is there not? Has it come right up? No, you're right, it hasn't. Okay, so that can go in your shot glass. Scarlett, go to the pack of crayons. Now you can mix and match these, okay? So you can have, you want about 2 centimetres in length of crayon, but you can mix it. So if there's 2, you can do 1 centimetre of each, or you can do a little bit of one and a lot of the other. So it's up to you how you do this. Oh, it's very pinky purple. Okay, so Scarlett's gone for carnation pink and red violet. Okay, now do you want equal amounts of both of these or?
Equal amounts.
Equal amounts, yeah? Okay, so we're going to go for about 1 centimetre of each. I'm going to go about there. Okay, now you need to peel the paper off those and pop those in yours. Now I have to decide what we're doing for mine. Now you've gone quite bright, so I think I'm going to go a bit neutral. Plus, I've got blue eyes, you've got hazel eyes, so we're colouring slightly different. I'm going to go a bit of apricot. I'm going to go for, actually, I'm going to use some, am I going to use that one? No, I'm going to go for a bit of red, and I'm going to go for a bit of, oh no, I'm going to go slightly yellowy. No, should I go brownie or yellowy?
Brownie.
Brownie, do you think?
Yeah,
brownie. Okay, and we'll go for a bit of brown. So I want mine, because I'm doing 3 I'm going to do mine slightly thinner than yours. Where did I cut yours? Yours was just above the black stripe, wasn't it? So I'm going to go for these three just below, I think. There we go. Cool. And I'm going to put mine in there too. Okay, so everyone's got their wax at the moment, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, now what everyone needs to do is get their good old olive oil. Everyone grab a teaspoon. Can I take that one? Let you just take the slightly smaller one. Now, holding it over the towel we've put on the table for protection. Okay, you want a good teaspoonful, and I mean a good teaspoonful. I'm just going to leave that balanced in there to let it drip out. It takes a steady hand, this, guys, yeah, so take your time. If you want to do 2 half teaspoons, that's about right, Jen? Well done. Spot on, well done. And Scarlett, you're going to do yours? Pop it there for you. You alright? Yeah.
Please don't knock us.
Oh. It's alright, that's why we put a towel down. And then we go. Okay, cool. Okay, now what you're going to do, we'll just pop the lid back on there. Yeah. Okay, is we're going to put, you're going to use the other end of your teaspoon, yeah, because we've got all the oil off that end now. And you want a bit about the size of a pea, yeah, about an average size of a pea. And you're going to pop that down in there as well, yeah? That's quite a lot, Jen. Go a little bit less, mate. There we go. That's about right. It's still quite a bit, but you should be fine. Don't worry about mixing it just yet. Yeah? Okay, cool. Now, while we're at this stage, I'm going to briefly hit stop while I go and boil the kettle and get some more water. Okay, everyone. Now, what I've done is I've took our heatproof dish. We've got a silicone one, and I've filled it with hot water. It has to be said it is very hot. It is not boiling. I did boil the kettle, but then I put a little bit of cold water in it because we're about to put glasses in it. If you're using the silicone molds, this isn't quite so important. But for the sake of safety, I'm going to put mine in first before the kids do, just to make sure. So all we do is we gently stand our glasses in the hot water and just gently stir. Right, guys, if you want to, you can probably all get in here. You can just leave it to stand for a bit while it starts to go. It will go. It just takes a little while. That's starting. I'm see it changing colour. Jensen, yours will probably go before our Stokes beeswax has a lower melting point.
Mine isn't going.
Yeah,
mine isn't going yet.
We could just stand them. We just stand them for a bit and then stir them.
Stand them and wait for a bit.
Okay, we've had to change the water in this once to get them to completely melt. I think we're going to maybe try this again and do it where we cut the wax up into really little pieces, because I think that's why it took so long, because we had our crayons and beeswax in quite big lumps. But now everything's totally melted into each other. We're going to pour it into our little tubes. Need to make sure it's at the very bottom, so it's not halfway up. So you make sure it's right down at the bottom. Jen, shall I do yours first for you?
Please.
You happy with this is all stirred together, yeah? Yeah? Ooh. Okay. Then all we do is we are going to carefully pour it into there. There we go. to your lid. I'm going to pop that on. There we go. And then I need... And the amount we've used here doesn't totally fill these little tubes. It's a bit over halfway, but it just makes it easy to work with. Now, Scarlett, I'm just gonna... It helps as well. The kids, theirs has got away from them a little bit. But ideally, you want to keep the as much of it at the bottom of the tube as you can. Oh, it's already solidifying. I'm just trying to pack that in a little bit. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay. Kids, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop your spoons back into the hot water because it cleans them pretty much instantly. Right, and that one's Scarlet. Got a little bit of a dribble down the side. No, but you can see the colours.
Yeah, but
Maddie, how was it? Do we just like twist it up a lot so we can get it?
Yeah, yeah, you can twist it all the way up.
I want
Okay,
to
where's
live
mine?
Jensen's homemade lip balm.
And the idea is you get it out the water and in the tube as quickly as possible. See, I ended up getting more out of mine because mine wasn't coated all the way up the sides of the walls of stuff. Right.
Can we do another one?
Yes, we can do another one. But what we're going to do first of all is we're going to... all of these wash out really easy with warm water or hot water because it just melts off. So we're going to wash everything up.
Yep.
I'm going to pop these ones in the fridge and then, yeah, we can make some more. And then we will come back to see the results in a little bit. But for now, these need to go in the fridge for a couple of hours. Okay, we have had these in the fridge for a couple of hours now. We did do a second set where we tried doing it with smaller pieces of wax and it did work. They did melt a lot faster. So the results are, these are both of Jensen's. This was his first one and this was his second one. And as you can see, they're like a very, very, very pale yellow colour, but they're pretty much white. This was my first one, which I dropped. So I got some stuck in the lid. But this is the brownie colour that I did first. And my second one, I did this cool pale lilac colour. There. And Scarlett did... it's upside down. Scarlett did... This was Scarlett's first one. You have the very bright pink. And then she did sort of a dark... purple colour for her second one. So we're going to swatch these on my hands first and then we'll do close-ups of lips. So Jen, do you want to take your lid off and just do a stripe on the back of your hand?
I'll do me little one.
And show it to the camera and tell people what it feels like. You just want to do it gently because I'm not sure how soft they are. They're normally fairly soft. Yeah. So that's totally clear, isn't it? Oh, wow. How do you think it feels? I think it feels
soft.
Really nice. Do you want to try and put some on your lips?
Yeah.
Because yours has more to do with how it feels then. What's it like? Is it going on okay?
Aye.
What's it feel like?
It feels like Nivea.
Hashtag not sponsored. Okay. Does it feel nice or does it feel like lip balm you buy at the shop or does it feel like...
Yeah, it feels like you buy stuff at the shop like Nivea and stuff.
Okay, but would you use that more than you would use when you bought from the shop, do you think? Or?
Yeah, because it's more natural.
Okay, cool. Okay, Scarlett, I'll go first and do my colours. Okay. See, now the top's a bit squished.
It'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Why is it going? Am I doing this the wrong way? No, look how far it's come up. No. A boat. Right, okay, wait there. Let's just try.
See?
That's pretty cool chocolate brown colour. Okay, so I've got like a chocolate brown colour. And I don't know if this will show up as much on my hand. Or if it'll show up at all. And I've got a pale... Oh, yeah, it does.
Let's see.
I've got a really cool pale purple colour.
Right.
Cool. Right, Scarlett, do you want to try yours?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the second one you did, that one, isn't it? Don't push it right up. Make sure everyone got a tiny bit shown at the top. Yeah? Cool. And just do it gently. Whoa! Oh, show it up to the camera. So this is your second one. And that's a really cool bright pink purple. That's like a magenta purple. I'm going to pop your lid back on.
Magenta's the right, isn't it?
And your first one. These are really
That's-
light though, they're quite glossy.
That
Again,
one's
I
cool.
wouldn't push it too far up, sweetie. And you just want to do it gently. Yeah?
That one's more magenta.
Did you think?
Yeah.
That's so bright! Hold it out. Wow, they're bright colours. They're really cool. Okay, I think, guys, for the closing and probably the opening of this video, we should probably put some on my lips. Scarlett, I think we're going to have to do one colour on the top and one on the bottom.